is just a small miniaturized audience, sorry, it's a microscopic audience between Ijele and IPOB, and allow the rest of 29 million people to suffer for the consequences. Like you rightly said, there are far many reaching forums than just political forums. We have educational forums, we have religious forums, we have dating sites, we have business forums, we have many businesses, our banks, central bank, churches, a lot of organizations, non-governmental organizations whose websites are linked to Facebook. For instance, I have a website, www.eyeoftheneedle.com.ng. We are linked to 3 social media platforms, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And in my line of business, it's a show business. Most show business, our musicians, our show business, our churches, our mosque, they sometimes reach their audience or members of their churches or community members who are not necessarily living in Nigeria, but can connect to the activities that they are doing. For instance, when we have family meetings, we set up Facebook, and those who are not in Nigeria, like I have a brother in Ghana, I have a brother in Lagos, if they cannot travel to our monthly meetings, they can connect via Facebook, live pictures. So it's as good as if they are there. Now, when you ask Ijele, there's something very important you didn't notice. You asked Ijele, what exactly catalyzed his reason for championing the ban of Facebook. Then he attempted to say, no, it's not ban, it's censorship. Well, for what has been bandied around.
What's the difference between censorship and ban?
Please, moderator. When he was talking, I didn't interrupt.
Mr. Ijele, hold on. I'll come back. No problem, Mr. Magnus.
No. I was matured enough to restrain myself not to interrupt. So please, we must do it that way. You understand?
And I never mentioned.
No problem, hold on, please. Mr. Ijele, please. Can you allow me moderate this? Can you allow me
in for 30 seconds, please? Let me wait
Mr. Ijele, please. For the sake of our audience, can you allow me moderate this, please?
No,
allow me moderate. I will give you time. Don't
my own honor.
We have enough time. I will give you enough time, Mr. Ijele. Could you just hold on? Please, Mr. Ijele, please.
I never mentioned it. Please.
Don't worry.
Are we on cross-examination yet? Please, hold on, please.
No, don't worry. When you have your time, you can make any correction you want to.
No. In the law of journalism,
you cannot interrupt him like that. The program will not have a good flow of program.
My brother, if I think I'm having enough of it here already. Listen to me, please. I never mentioned his name. And wait, please, my brother, hold on, please, 1 minute, please, 1 minute. I gave my own everything I was saying. I never mentioned his name. I never referred to him. So if we are on the cross-examination stage, then let us know. So I will be answering everything. I'm not taking down any notes. There are things he said that I disagree with already, but I can't say anything yet. I'm jotting them down. Now you are picking in through my own things, saying what I didn't say. So
excuse me. I need you to understand.
Let him focus on what he
Can you calm down? Can you calm down? I need you to understand how this can benefit our audience. I need you to understand that you would have enough time to make some corrections that are that you deem appropriate. So just allow him. Hold on. I'm going to ask him questions. I'm going to ask him questions, but just like I allowed you build your position, your case.
And I never mentioned his name. And I never mentioned him.
It doesn't really matter.
And I never mentioned him. No.
Can you just calm down? Calm down.
Already like, please. I'm calm. Please don't make it as if I'm not calm. Listen. If he is going to say something I didn't say, we might as well move to the cross-examination stage. He said I didn't say censorship. What is the meaning of that vital nonsense? What's the difference between the ban and the censorship? What's the difference?
Mr. Ijele,
so let him focus on his own.
No, excuse me, Mr. Ijele. You need to understand that there are a lot of people who would like to connect to what we're discussing. So there's a need for us to allow us take it one step at a time. You understand?
That's what I'm following
now
too.
You've made your position clear, and he's also listening to you. I would beseech you at this moment to please calmly allow him make his position. I'm going to ask you the questions.
Wait, please. He only referred to me when it's cross-examination. And he already lied against me. He already said something
that is why I'm going to give you. That is why I'm going to give you enough time to make those corrections. It's as simple as that. I just want us to kind of handle this very well so that our viewers can.
I have a 6:30 interview. I have a 6:30 interview to go. I have a 6:30 interview. So let's just wrap it up.
Well, so you would have to just be calm and let him make his submission. So, Mr. Magnus, we are back to you.
How many time is remaining? Because I want to be gentlemanly in this approach. I want to display.
Just you have about 2 minutes. So I would ask you some questions.
Okay. Now you see, it's a simple question, and you asked me that I should. You asked me if I. What Ijele said. It's none other person you are asking me about. You are asking me about Ijele. And you asked me what Ijele said. And I'm responding to Ijele. Whether everybody knew I'm responding to you. So all this grandstanding, sorry, you understand me? So
please
we just...
Mr. Ijele, please, can you allow him to express himself, please? Please.
Now, go straight to the point and nothing else.
Can you continue?
Now, just less than 2 weeks ago, Mr. Ijele got a voice note to me, lecturing me on how to open a page. Because I'm actually, this Ijele here that is championing the ban of Facebook was suddenly a consultant of Facebook on a Facebook page, telling me why Facebook page is better than Facebook group. You understand me? So imagine you being in my shoe, the same person that is lecturing me on which Facebook platform is the best, only to see him in court saying that they should ban Facebook. I simply think from the theatrics that we just watched a little while ago, you can see that this is not the Ijele I fell in love with. That's just the truth. This is not the Ijele I fell in love with. I suspect, I may be wrong, I stand corrected. I suspect the real person playing the drum is somewhere else. I think what Ijele is doing is I think he is just testing the waters for people to see. The real people who actually, I know, because some friend of mine called me and said that Ijele cannot ban Facebook. I said yes, but what he is doing now is simply to test the waters to see if the real people who want to really ban the Facebook come, they are using us now. This program, I can assure you that top men in top political position are watching this program, and they are just trying to test the water, see if the actual ban come, what will be the reactions of Nigeria.
Okay, well,
like I said, okay, yeah.
Mr. Magnus, we don't have any empirical evidence that he's actually working for someone or a group of people. But I want to ask you something.
I suspect. That's why I said I suspect. It's my opinion, actually. It's just a suspicion. Okay.
Yes, I just wanted to re-echo your position so that our viewers can understand. But I want to ask you a question. Mr. Ijele raised some very salient points that had to do with patriotism and the sovereignty of Nigeria.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you, it's a 2-in-1 question. Do you think that when it comes to the issues of Nigeria, its politics, and the issues that borders on sovereignty, that the social media corporations seem to intentionally allow dissenting voices who are against the government? Do you think they allow them a free hand?
Let me be very honest with you. You understand me? Facebook has a mechanism to detect harmful posts. For instance, if you post pornographic videos, they will immediately sanction that video. If you post graphic scenes, they will immediately ban it. But you see, when it comes to interactive sessions such like this, Facebook does not have the equipment yet to detect context of argument or context of speech. Now, in Nigeria, we have slangs, we have mode of communication that does not necessarily tally with the American style of communication or the British style of communication. So such apps, if they do exist, can only detect British accent or American accent. So you might see that somebody actually offended you, but the app in question, or Facebook is still a work in progress. It is not, that's why you see almost every week you update it. When they say update, you update it. So maybe the areas that is annoying Mr. Ijele, maybe the areas that are, maybe Facebook is still working on it, but no system is perfect. There are systems with its disadvantages and its advantages. What I'm simply trying to say here is that the advantages of Facebook, particularly now that youths are not, graduates who graduate from our university do not really readily have job. Facebook has served as a simple employment to these youths who have blogs, who make videos and make money. Even the Ijele used the same ladder to rise to where he is. You can see how flashy and glamorous he looks like. Beautiful, all thanks to Facebook. But you cannot use the ladder which bring you up to this place now. Now you are up there, you want to push the ladder away to prevent others who want to use the ladder.
Even if it threatens the sovereignty of Nigeria.
Okay, you said what? Please, can you repeat that again?
I am saying you said something that he cannot use the ladder, having used the ladder to climb to his position and now want to discard it. And so I am saying, would you not support him if that ladder is strengthening the peaceful coexistence or the sovereignty of Nigeria?
When he's already up there, you do know what Ijele would have done that would have really, that would have even tickled my fancy. When you say you are protesting against Facebook, you have a post on your wall now for a program you want to shoot by 6 o'clock. You're going to use the same platform that you're saying they should disband, they should ban. You understand me? Hold on now. See, this is not a marketplace. This is not a marketplace. This is not a marketplace. My guy, take it easy now. When you are going to talk,
please.
Mr. Can you allow him to make his point? Please. I'm going to give you enough time. I'm going to give you enough time to respond.
Allow Ijele to talk. Allow him to talk. I won't talk again. Please give Ijele a chance to talk.
If I should come in,
Mr. Ijele, can you please allow Mr. Magnus finish his point?
My brother, I'm not going to
time to respond. I'm going to give you enough time to respond.
Any direct attack. Listen, please.
No, please allow him to talk. Allow him to talk. Allow him to talk. Please, Ijele, talk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kindness. Please, I would like to respond to every personal attack. You don't just ask another question upon a personal attack. That means
I would give you enough time to respond.
It's going to take time.
See, I'm actually watching the time. This is going to be done in the next 30 minutes. So just calm down. Yes. I'm going to give you enough time to respond. As you have heard, Mr. Magnus has said that you are friends and you are someone that he respects so much. So I think just allow him land and I'll give you enough time to respond. It's as simple as that. Please,
I've already jotted so many things down. This is becoming like a marathon. Please.
Just please. Mr. Magnus, are you there, Mr. Magnus?
Cool, man. I am with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I am actually saying that, don't you think Mr. Ijele is right to call for the censorship of an organization or a corporation whose service seem to threaten the coexistence or the sovereignty of Nigeria by allowing dissenting voices to kind of incite or instigate people against the government? What's your opinion about that?
I think I directly some while ago, I told you that Facebook in Nigeria has 32 million Nigeria. And my research yesterday exposes that those people who hit this have talked about Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, 3 million subscribers, which leaves 29 million other subscribers in dating sites, educational platform, business platform, marketing platform. I think my humble friend here seems to be lost in the labyrinth wranglings that it's currently trending or appealing to Facebook users. I can tell you that there are corporate business entities who use the website and don't even know that this quarrel exists. Now, I will not support any entity, whether Facebook or Twitter, that infringes on the sovereignty of Nigeria. Never. So the question is, has Facebook indeed infringed on the sovereignty of Nigeria just because they gave Ijele 2 strikes and his account has been taken out of Facebook? Magnus Oraka, has suffered many sanctions from Facebook. The recent one was 2 months. But I didn't say,
thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead. Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to direct that question to Mr. Ijele. Okay, Mr. Ijele, are you there, please?
I'm here, man. I'm here, sir.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, do you think the Facebook as a corporation is supporting people who are trying to incite violence or instigating the citizens against the government of Nigeria?
My brother, you know, me, I don't use innuendo or make a compound statement. I make direct statements. First off, I want to correct what he said that Facebook cannot detect writing. It's a lie. It's not true. If you say I'm lying, I will give you something on the Nazis to write on the Nazis or on this thing. I don't want to mention it so it doesn't affect the reach of this video. You understand?
Yeah.
Just write anything. Facebook has an AI system, just like Google, that can detect every thing. In fact, through your camera, they can detect your feeling. Remotely, someone will just look at your face and detect your feeling. Every writing is record. Go and read, maybe Magnus will have to read the Edward Snowden documents or the WikiLeaks, this thing on those things, so to come up to date with how the AI functions. Then, back to what you asked me now. Right now, as I'm telling you, ask anybody you know in DSS or in NIA or Interpol. There was an operation carried out about 2 weeks ago in Lagos. They found over 300 computers all on at the same time in one room. And in these computers, they're using them to create both. You know what both account is? Like one computer may be operating over 200 accounts at the same time. All these stories about Fulani herdsmen killing in Igbo land, this and that is the headquarters of that thing. And since that operation happened, you can go back and check. Even before Usain Bolt was captured, you can go back and check what the news about Fulani herdsmen killing in Igbo land is like, the reach. Check the insights on it. You will see. Then check now, you don't see all those things again. What does that tell you? This is a deliberate act by people. And I am going to give you a name of an organization. Open Society Initiative West Africa. The people that are there, you know, like I said, there are things people don't know. And you can't know until you come close. Stop using the limited information. We all have limited information, quite all right, but some people are more informed than others. When you check all these things I just showed you now, and you remember that the president's account was struck, they said that he threatened the Igbo people, but it wasn't what he did. Now ask yourself, it's not about me. You can check thousands and thousands of Nigerians who are suffering these things. There is no page against IPOB that is not down now. Go and check between 2017 and 2021. They've taken down pages, YouTube channels, Google accounts, websites. Now, if this is a mistake, just 1 second, 13 seconds, please. If this is a mistake and they are not targeting Nigeria for a regime change operation specifically, how come all the mistakes go against one side? At least there should be some mistakes on the other side, but it never happens there. And somebody will say, shoot police, do this, do that, and nothing will happen. But you use a little insult.
But Mr. Ijele, is this not the same social media platform that the APC government used to preach hate speeches and so many derogatory content?
My brother, I am not speaking on behalf of. I am not speaking on behalf of APC. And I will never, ever support any hate speech. I will never, ever hate any human being because of where he comes from or his religion. I'm not even a religious person.
The reason why I mentioned the APC government is because the APC government is in charge today. And I am trying to understand, isn't it hypocrisy that the same government who did a lot with social media is turning around to today to say that people are using the social media to do the same things that they introduced into the polity?
My brother, listen to me again. I don't speak for APC. And when you are saying all those things, I want you to be specific, please. Like you saw how I explained myself and told you why I believe this is a targeted something. Those computers in Lagos, that house is just one out of many. There are many information I'm not going to divulge here. But if you think I'm lying, do a video against Femi Fani-Kayode or against all these senators or all these powerful governors. I guarantee you, your page will get a strike, whether you like it or not. Now, if there is any time APC did it, you will not see me supporting such a thing. And back to what Magnus said, that I use Facebook to do this. Okay, Facebook's glory days are not behind them. Facebook is still here. If I am calling for a ban of Facebook, doesn't that show you that I am willing to even sacrifice that thing you think is giving me popularity? I am willing to sacrifice it. I am not under any contract with any government agency, with any news organization or anything. If I am calling for you,
I'll ask you a last question before I go to Mr. Magnus.
Okay.
Would you show leadership by discontinuing your relationship with Facebook?
No. Why should I?
Because you asked for the censorship of Facebook.
Yes, because it's either we all play by the same rule or you leave. Now, let me tell you one thing you don't know. You cannot operate now without any social media platform because they created a monopoly, just like the phone companies. The internet is supposed to be a utility. So you don't censor somebody because you don't like what they said on the phone. That's how social media cannot censor you, because they don't like that you are sharing something, a confessional statement of a terrorist. Again, I am not the only person suffering this. I can give you pages, many people who've lost their pages to this thing. And this is not what I'm assuming. These are people I know who know me very well. We all meet each other. All these people I mentioned, I know them one after the other, one by one, and I know them by name. They know me. I can guarantee you that if they are not here, their friends are here, they are going to hear whatever we said here before 7 p.m. today.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ijele. Let me go to Mr. Magnus. Mr. Magnus, please. Are you there with us?
I'm here with you, and
okay, so I want to ask a question. Don't you think that the politicians seem not to take up their responsibility, and because of this, it has given people like Mr. Ijele for the censorship of social media?
Can you freeze at one point?
Okay, sorry. I'm going to take the question again. Don't you think that the inability of politicians, whether APC, PDP, CPP, whatever, has given has given people like Mr. Ijele the opportunity to ask for the censorship of social media platforms, their inability to play their role as policymakers in Nigeria? Don't you think it has given people like Mr. Ijele the opportunity?
Again, I will answer this question in this way. At the beginning of this question, I said, when you artist now a genre of music to sing rhythm, it's going to be awkward, you know, to view such a person attempting to he's not known for. You understand me? Purview, this aspect of discussion or aspect of reasoning is not what we. Ijele somehow if tempted to, debate, which is about banning censorship of or censoring of Facebook as he claimed, IPOB and activity. This discussion, IPOB activities on social. I've already said they amount to about 3 million.
I think you will have to be joined because the line is breaking.
Yes. Now, can you just
Mr. Magnus, I think, Mr. Magnus, I think we have an issue with your audio, please.
Oh, really? Maybe I think the earpiece was better. So please just a second. Let me hold on a second. Please, I'm sorry. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Okay, can we try again, please? All right, let's go.
Just try again.
The floor is yours, Mr. Magnus.
Okay, I said when somebody is an expert in maybe a rap artist attempting now to rhythm and blues, it becomes very awkward for I used to sing a rap artist now and sing rhythm and blues. That I know has over the years, champion of exposing the atrocities of a group termed as terrorists by, and he got a lot. I also endeared myself to him. I shared the same emotions. I shared the same criticism with him on that level. You understand me? Switching from his criticism of Nnamdi Kanu to a different thought, a different political thought, which is this book. But you see, there's an adage, but they said if you see a small boy dancing on this, in the drum is in the bush. You understand what I'm trying to say here? I in the process of changing the microphone, missed the real question. Can you just connect me? Moment of
I was here. Asking. I said, don't you think the inability of politicians?
Okay, I got the question now. I got the question now. See, the likes of some of virulent activists and their urchins that have become a menace to more social media is not as a result, it's as a result of a failed. You understand me? It's as a result. Even the Nnamdi Kanu today is not with his perspectives. Of course, different people have different things. The government has failed us, and certain people are. Now, what I am against is the way and manner he has gone resorting to. So the issue here is not Facebook. The consequence of a failed government. The government is good. People send Facebook to praise government that rice is now down from 1,100 naira, fuel is now down, but persistently continue heap hardship. Man, I am a representative. I am not a representative of a section of people. It's just the North and South, Nigeria, and Africa as a the goodness of everyone. So if governor people and certain people choose to maybe injurious to, I think government should have an introspect and ask exactly have I done wrong that has made you weary of our system of government. Politician, I don't think it's a problem of politicians, of the government of the day. You said a while ago that. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Magnus, I seem to have a problem with your audio, but I'm going to ask Mr. Ijele a question while we try to sort out your audio issues. So back to you, Mr. Ijele. Are you there, Mr. Ijele?
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you a question, the same question I asked Mr. Magnus. Don't you think that the problems that you are experiencing could be as a result of the failure of leadership, political leadership in the country?
It's not about a political leadership, a failure of political leadership per se. It's a systemic problem. It has to do with everything about us and our society. First off, I don't know why a company like in Saudi Arabia now, there are things Facebook cannot ban you for in Saudi Arabia, but they can ban you for it in Nigeria. On one part, I blame the government for not, because if you check most of the leaders we have, they are not up to date with the internet. Most of them can't even navigate their way through an iPad. They don't even know they have aides that will do everything for them, including unlocking their phones in most times. So I will put that blame one side. Then on the other side, what I am passing through is not just out of the ordinary. This is something that was planned by people. There are things I wouldn't want to say before, but let me just give you a hint. Right now, if you are an enemy of Peter Ijele and you are using MTN in Nigeria, forget it. He can spy on you at any time. He will just make a call and people will just do it.
Yeah, but Mr. Ijele, that's a claim that we cannot verify. It's a claim. It's just a claim.
Please, my brother, that's why I want to explain to you how it works. Your SIM card is registered with MTN. MTN is stored in the MTN database. So you can't tell me that someone who has a controlling share in MTN cannot pull up your records at any given time, but a policeman can sit down in his office and do it. That is what I mean. Again, when I say something, I try to explain it to where even someone that doesn't have the slightest of ideas about that thing would understand it. I don't make claims I can't substantiate. Then you have people who have now used this power. These are things I know very well. When people think that I spend most of my time on the internet, most time you see me on the internet, it's about tech news. I belong to so many groups you may be hearing about, but you don't know I'm with them. That's why I have access to certain information. And so disregard some careless side talks that people who wouldn't come out openly and make a direct statement, they will just be talking from the corner of their mouth. I'm not like those people. I will never do that. When I want to tell you something, I come directly and say it. But in conclusion, this is a coordinated attack. Again, a coordinated attack by people. In fact, one of them bragged to me that her son is working with the FBI, that there is nothing they will not do. Through this is what someone told me in no unclear terms. And I investigated the person of a truth. The son and even the daughter are working with the FBI. In case
okay, so Mr. Ijele, yes, so Mr. Ijele, don't you think that if Nigerians or a Nigerian like you and me had spent time inventing or innovation, some sort of innovation that would have produced a platform like Facebook, don't you think
what has that got to do with the conversation? I'm talking about, please.
Let me land. You've not allowed me land because let me land. Because you see, when you are making your argument, you made argument based on patriotism, sovereignty of Nigeria, and all that. Don't you think that a Nigerian who creates a platform like Facebook or Twitter or the rest of them would probably be more patriotic to Nigeria and would have not allowed the platform?
Now, let me tell you, this whataboutism is not related to this, but let me explain to you how. If a Nigerian built it, and that Nigerian happens to be someone that hates me, guess what? If my speech is exposing his life, he will do the same thing. So I agree with you that a country as big as Nigeria, we should have our own Wi-Fi system at least in 2021. We should be able to have our own Wi-Fi system first, control our data first. Our immigration system, the database is not even in Nigeria. Formerly, it was Ireland. And Nigeria, where you go to, there is no department in IT. You will go to, you don't see Nigerians, hundreds of Nigerians, I don't want to say thousands. We have thousands of Nigerians in the UK alone, working with so many media, social media platforms and tech companies. That one is by the way. What we are talking about is the rule that is being slanted against one side.
But those rules